men, biggest population, use substances to cope. That's the truth. And it's harder for them to admit that it's a problem.
It was put in my head that a woman is not supposed to drink beer. That women are meant to drink wine, amarula, blah, blah, blah. But these days, women go hard. I've seen videos where chicks are drinking, seated around a pot of malwa with men. So we need to also understand that women can break and that it's very normal for a woman to be addicted, to be hooked, and she can be helped out of that situation. Hi viewers, welcome to the show. This is Gloria Kamikaze. Today we're going to address the issue that has affected society so badly, substance use disorder. Yeah, that's what we're going to address today. Can we just jump right into it?
Yeah, we can just jump. What is substance use disorder?
Substance use disorder is when you use substance that can affect your logical thinking irresponsibly.
Well, yeah.
Because if I have a glass of wine, one glass of wine is okay for me, but if I'm doing 3 bottles every day, that's abusing the wine, yes?
Well, if you can handle it, it's not abusing the wine.
If I can handle it.
Yeah. Some people can have even 5.
And
it's when you basically addicted to it. You can't do without it. You know, if you drink alcohol and you can drink a beer and then forget about it, that's fine. But if you wake up every day and that's all you're thinking about, you just want a beer, and then you're taking steps that should have been for something else, like going to work or loved ones and whatever, and you just diverting that to get the beer, then you're definitely abusing. And it's an addiction, and addiction is a disease.
Wait, let's first make one thing clear. Earlier when we were talking, you said the doctors or whoever, they say they don't use the word substance abuse anymore. They say substance disorder.
Yeah, because substance abuse, it has a stigma to it, because it means that you're doing it and it's like it's your choice, and this is a disease. You have these people, it's pretty much they have no choice. It's like being sick of malaria. Look at it like that. Okay, if you're sick of malaria, it's not your fault that you're sick of malaria. This is what happens when you use a substance. It creates dopamine in your head, the feel-good drug.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you keep on wanting the dopamine over and over again. So whenever you don't have it, you go get that substance, whatever it is. It can be cigarette, it can be alcohol, it can be, drugs like meth, heroin, whatever it is.
Yeah, so what we wanted to look at today is understanding the triggers and causes of this substance abuse, like what pushes people to do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, 40% of addicts, it's a family thing. It's hereditary. Do you know some people? Some people can handle substances better than others.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
They can use a lot of it and actually ignore it and not get addicted to it.
You go to bars and kids as young as 20 something.
Oh, and another thing,
are sniffing cocaine.
It starts.
How is it even like in UG? Like how? I don't even understand. Like who's bringing these drugs in the country? Because when you ask, they say it's a certain people from a certain country. Certain parts of town is where you can actually access these drugs. Yeah,
but now the world is too open. Okay, like the stuff. Of course, the substances are here, and then with all the social media, the peer pressure, the kids have the information. For the kids, we don't have the counselling bit of it, really, in our schools and all that.
Or people are still living in denial.
Denial is there, for sure.
Yeah.
And again, with the stigma, we tend generally in Africa to do this thing of ignoring hard things. Okay? With it's very few families that really get involved with their kids and get in there and I want to know what are you doing. You get me? Yeah. But because of the way our communities are, we tend to let the community and the crowd raise the kids. I mean, the kids are fine. They're in school. They should be good, they shy away from the very hard,
Yeah.
the very hard stuff, which is understandable because they're not qualified to, they're also just parents. And then a parent, because of, and then this is Uganda, with pride, it's very rare you'll see a parent taking the kid to like a psychologist unless it has gone really, really bad. And that's the worst. You can't wait for it to get bad for you to start sounding the alarms. It has to start, the counseling starts now. When you see a problem, you go together, and talk about it before it gets terrible. And then now it's a real problem. And then the other thing, religion. Instead of taking them to a professional, they tend to take them to church.
Yeah.
I have no problem with church, but more often than none, those the leaders in church are not really qualified to deal with it. Okay, because this is a real disease. They are specialists on this. For them, they know how to deal with general counseling of well-being. I mean, that's taught in cleric school and all that. But this is specific. There are specific things you have to do, steps you have to take to get the kid out of it.
A lot of people have people that are close to them that are dealing with addiction, that are dealing with substance abuse.
Yeah.
But
most of us have. Actually.
Yes, but sometimes some of us are enlightened, so we can tell if you look at someone or in the presence of someone that is using, you can tell they're using, however much they try to hide.
Yeah.
But some people don't know how to tell that their person is using.
Yeah.
So what are the symptoms? What is the mannerisms of someone that is getting hooked or is already on? There's
basically two symptoms medical people use. It's the toxicity is when you're drunk. When you're drunk, it's very easy to see a person who's drunk and high. And then the other one is withdrawal. Okay. Those two you can't hide. Withdraw, you're irritable. You're basically somebody else. You're not happy. You can see somebody also who's in withdrawal. Although withdrawal is harder to tell because it could be something else. Yeah, but those basically are the two main things that you can use to. Those are the symptoms. Other than that, people are very good at hiding this. Especially when they don't want to. I mean, people go to offices when they're high.
Yeah.
If he has a handle on it.
I have an interesting story to tell about someone that works when they're under the influence. It's my labor story, but that I'll tell another day. The man that helped me birth Vicky was drunk, and then when we asked, they said that's how he works. But
you didn't know at the time?
No, I didn't know.
You see,
I didn't know
functioning
actually,
alcoholic.
Yes,
yeah.
That he actually works like that. He goes to the bar, he comes back, checks in for his shift, helps mothers.
Now, you see the funny thing about that one.
He's like the greatest doctor at that hospital. I will not mention it, but yeah.
The funny thing about that one, he can't work without it. He'll probably make mistakes. He's now used. He's fun. So many people, let me tell you, hard laborers. Now, me, I have a farm. All these guys that work at the farm cannot do anything
without,
except if they, get some hard liquor and, Yeah, but one of them literally says, if I don't, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit there because I guess now his body and mind is conditioned, because I told you this is a mind altering. So he's conditioned to know that the only way to work is if I'm high, and then, but you should see him work. What? He doesn't stop. So, but when he doesn't have anything on him, he's like the laziest person. The thing that will help is a support base. That always helps. Don't deny yourself help. People do love you, so don't deny that group of people that are trying to hold you. So that you don't fail, or you don't keep on relapsing.
The fact that a woman has come out and said she's dealing with whatever, she has been strong enough to face society. I actually would like for us to host one of these days, to host a certain artist called Pretty Glow. I've been following her stories, and she's been to hell and back. She's trying to recover. And I applaud her for that. So the fact that she's seeking help she's already empowered. So don't be afraid to, come out and say, I'm dealing with this and that. You're human, you're just, like anyone else. Just like a man can get addicted, a woman can too, considering the amount of burden we carry, the heaviness of whatever we carry on our backs. Trying to be moms, trying to stay sane, you have got to work, because today's woman has to work. That whole stay-at-home mom business, it's a thing of the past. Now you have to have your own money as a woman. So the fact that she's seeking help means she's already empowered. So come out, seek help. Stay strong. We can fight this.
It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to step aside from your pride, because it's for you. It's not for anybody else. You're trying to get, at least you're trying to get better.
Women are human, and we have to find ways of coping. You can't suffer and deal in silence when you can grab the nearest, bottle of Uganda Waragi and, put yourself in a certain state of mind for a bit and just forget about your worries. But how often are you doing it? And what effect does it have on you and your family or your kids or whatever you're trying to, bring to life?
Maybe the thing that might help is first identify somebody you think might not maybe judge you as much. The first step is actually talking to somebody. You let it out. When you let it out, you have something off your chest. Maybe that will help you then take other steps. It is hard. It's very hard. I won't lie. But after you do it, I promise you, the strength you have after you do it is incredible. It's like you've conquered a mountain or something.
But most women deal with domestic violence, a cheating partner, an addicted partner who's spending all his time in the bar and he barely has time to tend to the kids. And so you find that you're starting to want to compete and say, if my man can do this, I can do that. And then you get lost along the way and you find yourself in the depths of whatever, sleeping around because you're trying to prove a point, drinking alcohol so you can measure up to what your man is doing. If he's out partying, I'm also going to go out partying. But women are not, we can only take so much of that as women. There's some things that you can't be seen doing in society as a woman. Somehow they're going to judge you.
Failing is okay. If you can get away of knowing that failing is okay and trying again, you'll be fine. Okay, the rest will fall in place. The journey is hard, but the rest will fall in place. But the one thing that will take you back is you will fail, and then you will fail to try again.
The expectations that come with a family unit is what is killing women. High expectations. Stop having high expectations of what should be, of what a family setting should be like, of what your marriage should be like. And when you feel like you're very heavy laden, find someone to talk to.
Find somebody who absolutely doesn't know anything about you. Okay? Not in your circles, a bartender. Anybody who is not going to know you or maybe know where you're coming from, and then let it out to them. More often than none, that helps.
Because women are looked at as they are given a certain status in society. My brother has a joke. He always says women are not allowed to do number two. Like, he doesn't even want to imagine that a woman can do that. But women bear we bear so much, from trying to be a perfect mom to carrying babies and, incubating a child in your belly, to raising kids right, to holding the family down, so we are expected to be strong under any circumstances, but like even the strongest horse, can break its back. As we wrap this show up, we just want to still let you know that you are not alone. If you're dealing with these things,
you're not alone. And for us, we don't judge you. We're here to listen. You will get a chance. I mean, when our social media opens up, I'm guessing,
to come sit here and share your story and we'll give us a deeper insight into how you recovered and all. So we're wrapping up the show for today, but on our next show, we shall still tap into more and more, go deeper into this substance abuse disorder topic. No,
it's substance use disorder.
Substance use disorder.
Yeah, when you say abuse, you...
Okay. And we shall have the very talented Cute Kaye. I think what we shall focus on is him teaching us exactly what drugs are on the loose, what they can do to you, and how he has recovered and managed to stay sane. Until next time,
I am Hannington.
and it is I, Gloria Kamikaze.
It was a pleasure, always.
Finding Your Balance. Keep watching. Follow us on our socials, Forever Media TV. Bye-bye.